Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chino Does Stuff. It's fantastic to have you here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to implement multilingual support in your app. Now, a few weeks ago I got asked if an app I was building could support the Spanish language. I'll admit at first I pushed back a little bit because I thought this was a bit out of my skill set. But as it turns out, after a little bit of research, I found out it's dead easy to do in Power Apps. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Leave Forms application that we built in a previous video, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link on the screen now. Go over and watch that when you like, or if you don't like, just keep watching this. So today, like I said, we're going to be implementing multilingual support, and I've just chosen this app because it'll be quick and easy for me to show you how to do that. So first thing I need to do is go to data sources, and I'm going to add a data source, and what I want to add is the Microsoft Translator data source. So that's now added. And we've got a couple of screens on this app. We've got a main screen, which is just a gallery that shows all the items out of the SharePoint list, all the Leave forms that have been submitted. The display screen just shows a record that we've opened from the gallery in read only. And the new screen allows us to add submit a new form to submit a new Leave form to the SharePoint list. So I think first off, let's translate the display screen, and I'm going to choose the first label, and here, so you can see the first label is just consists of date from string and concatenating that with the value coming from the gallery date from. So I want to wrap that around a Microsoft Translator function. So you can see I can start typing Microsoft there, and because I've added that data connection to my app, I can see Microsoft Translator there. If I scroll down, there's a few different options we have here. So we can see that the Microsoft Translator service does more than will do more than just translate language for us. But in this video, we're just going to focus on the translation side of things. So let's choose Microsoft Translate. And Translate expects a query and the language to. So our query is just going to be our string that we want to translate, and the language to will just be the language prefix of what language we want to translate the text to. So in our first part of the function, we're just going to keep everything the same, and in the second part I'm going to choose Spanish. That's English, Spanish, and a close bracket. And now you can see our field has been translated to Spanish. So let's go ahead and do that for all of our fields here. So as you can see, our display form is now translated to Spanish. If I went up and changed this to say this string here to EN, we translate back to English. So for this simple demonstration, I think the only other thing that would be useful here is to have the ability to flip back and forward between English and Spanish. So what I need to do here is just implement a control. I think the nicest way to do this would be through a radio control. Okay, so for item 1, I'm just going to choose English. And item 2, I'm going to choose Spanish. Let's just throw a third item in here, and let's go Italian. Set this up nicely on the screen. Now, this is going to be our audio language chooser. And in our fields now, instead of hard coding our language option, we're going to just have RDO language chooser selected value. And by default, we want to have that selected to EN. Let me just copy this across to all of my fields. Okay, so now we've got all of our 4 fields here, and we've wrapped that around in a translator, Microsoft Translator function. And for the language, we're going to choose the value that we've selected from our radio button. So let's give that a go. So currently we default to English when we open the app. I want to choose Spanish. Our fields are all translated to Spanish. I want to choose Italian. Our fields are translated to the Italian language. Okay, so that's a brief introduction to multilingual support in Microsoft Power Apps. Make sure you like and subscribe to support the channel. I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.